Yes, yes, guys. Look, you have officially tuned in into them talk crazy on Uncensored Network. It is your girl Lightwork Nikki, and we are sitting here with Jet. You
What
know
it
what I'm
do? What it
saying?
do?
Look, we got
What's
some special
happening?
guests in the building
Okay,
today.
okay,
You
we
hear
True
good.
me?
indeed, true indeed,
Look,
Roll
the
on
man.
the
official
gang, we in
tissues
still
of the
for real.
King of DC.
King
Yeah.
of DC popping. You hear me?
Definitely in the building.
What?
Uh-huh.
We got some
He is
legendary
definitely in
shit
the
going
building.
on
Right, right.
here.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah.
Look, let them know exactly who you guys are. Look, I know Polo. We all know Polo. So now we got to get the one behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? We pulling a couple of people out the cut during the midst of this. Y'all know how I do light work, like to get to the nitty gritty. You feel me?
Let's
Yeah.
get it.
So, but for the ones that don't know you, Polo, let them know who you are, where to follow you, and exactly who you are when it comes down to this King of DC movie.
Kings is in plural. You feel me?
With the Z.
Yeah, with the Z, because there's a lot of us. I'm not claiming that by myself. And my name Polo. You can find me at World War Polo, one word on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? We getting to it. We stay busy. We getting to it.
Yeah.
Oh, you the director? The
okay.
what's going on? The founder?
I wrote it, produced, and directed Kings of DC. But DC made this movie. They just let me be the
DC
mascot.
is
Everybody
DC.
came through.
Indeed.
Everybody had to come through.
Good.
Appreciate the love on everybody that came out and supported.
Most
And
definitely.
still support. You can go and find it right now at sckmediatv.com.
Yeah,
You know what
tap
I'm
in,
saying?
log
Tap,
in,
definitely
log in.
tap and log in if you haven't synced it. 'Cause-
I heard y'all had a special on it. It was what, like $3 or $5 or something.
Oh yeah, we got a sponsor for the next 60, 90 days that's gonna pay half of everybody views. So it it was $20 to own it and what $12.99 or something like that to rent it. So now it's $4.99 to rent it and $9.99 to own it joint. And this is a must see. You can't be from the DMV area and not see this movie. You need to leave.
So who is the man at my far right at the end?
World War ITF, World War _ITF on the gram, casting director, bringing everybody together, trying to get everybody involved, letting everybody know what's happening, what's coming up, what's it, man. Get with us. Y'all see the buzz. The buzz been good for a minute. We've been steady. We've been solid. So let's get it. Let's go to the next step. Let's Kings of DC, man. If you ain't seen it, make sure you see it. Make sure you see it. Kings of DC, sckmediatv.com. Let's go.
Yes, yes. So look, first and foremost, I'm gonna ask both of you guys, how was it making the movie? Like, how did you guys feel overall in the midst of making the movie?
It was an astonishing feeling. It was an amazing feeling because it's a DC movie with DC people, by DC people, in DC. So it couldn't get no better than that. Like, you know what I mean? We just asked everybody to be their self. So like you get to see a raw, gritty side of Washington D.C. and the DMV area outside of the monument and Capitol, what they like to show in other movies. You're not even gonna see that one time, man, because this ain't what that's about. This is about the people that's behind the monument. That monument be blocking. That we giving light to those who are looked at as the the outcasts. So we are the outcasts, and we wanted to show and shine a light on us. You know what I'm saying? It's a group of us in every city, so I think the world could really feel this.
True indeed, man. The world definitely gonna be able to feel it, man. You giving the people what they want to see and their lifestyle.
And it's definitely an action-packed joint. It is a lot of killing in the movie. And that's what I get a lot of backlash. It's so much killing, so much killing. But that was the point. It's too much killing.
Right.
So,
right.
like,
It was a little twist to it.
Right. If you can see and notice it in the movie, then we should all notice it in real life. You know what I'm saying? A movie is just like any rapper or painter. It's an art. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment, but it's an art, and it's meant to paint a picture and to show something and to teach something and to expose. So I think we hit our mark on that. And it's entertaining. And any mafia movie that you watch outside of a black person, like any like Italian mafia movie, when it, you know, it's a lot of murder, and we don't complain about that, right? So,
Right.
This movie is a organized kind of black mafia, not mafia kind of movie in DC, and it's relatable because in the life that we live, right? This is what we see. This is what I grew up seeing. This is what we see today. And I think if we could bring some type of attention to it, then maybe some things could change a little bit. You know, Rome wasn't built overnight, so we ain't expecting change overnight, but it does bring and highlight what we see in our everyday life, where we had to go to school and grow up, and you know, just walking to the store could be dangerous sometimes.
And you know, the funny part about it though is because, and I want to piggyback off of that, you know, how you spoke about it's a lot of killing in the movie and how that's what a lot of people notice, and how the real reality is nobody wants to notice the real killing that's going on in these neighborhoods, the real killings that's going on in these communities, and the real killing that's going on in the state that's black on black. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though how the government has taken us as people, you know, and done brainwashed us in all different type of elements and hibernated us in these projects and stuff like that, and they have turned us against one another. You feel me? And so the movie is a reflection. So to the guys, to y'all who's sitting back looking and watching and is chiming in, please take care of your neighbor. You feel where I'm coming from?
Right.
Because if you don't, this is a prime example of what happens. So even though it's an action pack, and even though it's a thrill, it's exciting, you know, and this is the life that we are really, really living.
Right.
You feel where I'm coming from?
Right.
Yeah, it's all right. But the real reality is we have to take a look back at ourselves, guys. And if that's what you see and you don't like it, guess what? It's time to change. You know what I'm saying?
Change the reality, and then we bring out part 2 of what we seen in the change. You feel what I'm saying? I see a movie is like a book, a video book, because like we living in a time where people don't read a lot. So those who do read are more or less, I feel, in charge of showing the masses of what's in them books. And based on the kind of books I read, and the things that I like to read is kind of what spark some of the jewels that you'll find in this movie. So it's a reality that's painted, but it got some sprinkles of change and how things should change, and if things don't change, how the turnout will be.
Yeah. I like the sound of that right there. I like the sound of that.
So what can you say, who was the top dog in the movie?
All of us.
All of us. I knew he was going to say that.
Everybody was thinking in that.
No, but I'm saying though, because this is the Lord
So
twist.
do anybody who feel like that they stood out the most?
Yeah,
I
which
think-
because the real and I ain't trying to get y'all to give away the movie. Just a little insight, because everywhere you go, you got the undertakers and you got the overtakers. And don't get me wrong, sometimes they go back and forth. You feel where I'm coming from? But it's always one that still got that momentum, whereas though when things fall, they get right back up like it's nothing.
I think that it depends on what you're looking for in the movie, because everybody gonna see something different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is living life, and the way they live life, their viewpoint of life is different. Like somebody, you know, might like to see the bad guy change. Somebody might want to just see the thug and that rough. Like everybody, it's like so many different personalities that you can. This what makes the movie lovable, because it's not one underdog. We all are underdogs because we all are in this reality, and we all got a dog in this fight. And like you might watch the movie because like this definitely a movie you watch more than one time, and not because I'm a part of, because this is what I'm being told, right?
Because you got to pick
All
up
right,
on certain
so hit me with this then. Like, all right, so the things that you've been told, which part of the movie that you say should be what everybody hitting you with?
All right, this movie it has
the number one scene.
I don't think it's a number one scene.
Oh, come on, Polo.
Cause it's like I like to see change, right? Some people like to see this the gangster stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's
The
loaded
scenes-
with that.
Can I interject? The scenes like have different themes and stuff, like different lessons and different stuff you can learn from the different scenes, like in all ways that we've seen it and how you can use it in other modes of life too. Like it's a deep movie.
All right, so when I wrote the movie, it's not it's 2 hours long, but it's not one long story about one story that's being told.
It's different. It's different squads.
Right, because when I wrote it, I actually was going to do a web series at first. So I had to intertwine a web series and make it a movie. So it's like 6 different stories that's taking place in the movie.
Right.
I know what you're saying about
So
that, because I'm in the middle of writing something right now too. But so by saying that, right, the whole thing, by you writing it and then you getting everybody together, all the actors behind the scenes, and now you saying in forefront, you out here, you putting it out there, wanting more people to check it out so they could get a life lesson.
Right.
How do that make you feel by seeing the smiles of your cast members?
What's important to me is that I think that I want to teach people that dreaming is important and you should never stop dreaming. Like, I'm 42. I never been to school for directing, producing, or acting or any of that, right? And I just came up with an idea and I put it together. This is my second movie and I was involved in a web series. So through trial and error, I learned certain things that got this movie to where it's at right now. I just want people to know that just like how we always talk about Atlanta and Detroit and all these other places,
we could do the same thing.
We could do the same thing right here. It's like if we stick together, we can get further if we stick together than we can apart. Like at the end of the day, a lot of people, I travel a lot. God knows I travel. If you follow my Instagram, if you know anything about me, you know I travel a lot. I might leave here today and be in Cali tomorrow. Like,
right.
But I'm representing us everywhere we go, right?
Period.
And wherever I go, a lot of times we have this thing about us, this stigma about us that if you come here, you're gonna get your money taken. You're not gonna get good quality work. They're gonna backdoor. You're gonna snake you. So this thing right here, this movie is like a big commercial or a big resume that shows the world that we all could work together, even putting real life beefs in the streets aside to finish a product that was worth watching and worth the world being able to see. Like, it's real people in here who are like really known. You know what I'm saying? And we put our differences aside so that we can market ourselves in a way that the world can accept it. So like
and appreciate.
Facts, big facts.
And look, you on your Nipsey Hussle because they
I'm
had
on
that.
my polo.
You on
shout
your polo?
Out to Nipsey Hussle,
yeah,
though.
shout out to Nipsey.
But I ain't on
you know
that.
I'm not comparing you to nobody, Polo. But I'm saying
to even
though,
be compared to him, no disrespect. That's a great feeling, and I definitely appreciate
because what he did was he brought all the communities together from the gangs and stuff like that as well too. You know, and that was the conflict
so big
of interest.
I just want to wear my 10 and a half.
No, but I mean, and see, this is what I'm saying. We got to take our flowers as they come because it took a bravery, it took encouragement to actually say, okay, all right, I'm gonna step up to pull together everybody in these communities, everybody in these neighborhoods, and shine a little light on their life and their identity, and we all come together peacefully as one. Because guaranteed, some of these situations was real hectic and serious, whereas though they probably didn't care for each other. Because I know from being in the media, just as well as you do, and other people on the outside looking in the media, a lot of these people we deal with, we really don't care for. And when we go home and we be away from them, we really don't even want to say nothing to them or look at them. Because if we do, it's going to be a problem. And y'all know some of them problems we don't talk about out there. I ain't going to get too ghetto though. But, and like for real, you know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot. It takes a lot of bravery. It takes a lot of encouragement and it takes a lot of discipline, but it also takes a lot of nourishment to actually even be able to sit together with this, because you have to have pure manifestation behind movies that have a lot of killing, have a lot of shooting, scene or that deals with a lot of chaos and nonsense. You get what I'm saying?
And we promoting a lot more than killing. Like
Of
killing
course.
is the easy part. That's the part that anybody can see. If you see this movie, you see that the person who probably was the leader of the situation or whatever, he consistently read books. He had a character. He was a thinker. He
Right.
didn't move without thinking. He moved with a team. And the same way I talk, it's all about we and us. I don't really do the I because I couldn't have did it by myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's
That's
no way
real.
that none of this could have happened with just me. So shout out to everybody who supported, and because I consistently going to need you. So I never, want to act like that outside of I wrote it, y'all made it
Come to life.
And without that, it would have been still stuck in my head. So like I think it was more important that I give a shout out to the people who believe and took a time out in their day and took and stopped doing something and believe more in what, because it was periods of time where I was like, man, I'm done with this. I gotta get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got other stuff to do. And then people be calling me like, oh, so when we film it again, I'm like, man, they is more into this than me. So when I say it's really about, people stepping up and then believing in your idea and just going hard for you. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Man, that's
there's no
a
way I
feeling.
could take all the credit, if any credit at all, outside of I wrote it, and then, they made me produce it, and then they made me direct it. It was us that did it, because they took direction. If you look at it, it's all amateur actors in it, maybe. Shout out Tom Tripp. But if you look at it, not one person complained about acting. Why? Because they took direction good. And if you from this area, you know that we don't follow direction.
Not at all.
So
that street say one way, we still go down.
Fact. So, you got real official people that don't let nobody tell them what to do, that allow somebody to walk in their neighborhood and tell them what to do, not in a disrespectful tone, but tell them and they follow, and they, and that right there is an astronomical feeling. It's like,
talk about it.
It's super dope to have to have people, I ain't gonna say look up to you, but support you and believe in you. I mean, because at that moment you gotta understand, if they believing in you, they believe in themselves.
Exactly.
That's why they put themselves, in the movement. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to the whole DMV, man.
That's what's up. That's lit. So let's see. What would you say was one of your infamous parts, especially from your eye view, because you had a bird's eye view, sitting from the back, being able to see everything, pulling the people together, just giving that type of direction. What would you say, far as just about Polo and about the other casting members? How would you say you felt, doing these different scenes and moments?
I mean, my job was basically that everybody that he ain't had a time, to deal with, he'd send them to me and I gather them together. He'd send me pages and stuff like that. And I was just there to call people and keep people informed, to give him the space that he needed to keep his creative, conscience together, and so he could do what he needed to do. So I'm the PR, like I'm considered the PR, and I casted for like a couple of other web series, and like, so up until this point, like I've been doing this for like the last 3 years. So like I with him, Polo is like, I like his direction and stuff like that. So everything was good, So I enjoyed it. It was nice to see everybody come together. And to see him, he went to school for directing, and to see him directing down there like a real director should, and to see the movie and how it came out, and everything was like, it was live, it was lit, it was on point. I was like, did you write all of this? And the way he directed it, he got his own little style of directing. So, big ups to him, and, all praise due to Allah, you know what I'm saying? He allowed us to, to do this and had the strength to put this together, and the consistency. I done took some bumps and bruises along the way. I done broken leg, retired from that, and we still can't say, you know what I'm saying? I'm still keeping, they talking about come to the hospital and do a scene in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? In the hospital. I mean, that y'all heard for real. So through all of that, I'm still here casting You know, so that's what it is. And, you know, we got a lot of other stuff going on. Like, you know, we just got some space for a little studio, the production. We getting that team together. People that's interested in acting, doing anything acting, like they can come holler at me. I deal
Look
with
at God.
I deal
Look
with
at God. Look how God and you know, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, you know, it makes me emotional as well too. Because, you know, like Polo said, sometimes it takes a vision in your head to create it into a reality. But with that vision, we have to have strong people around us that not only believe in us, but believe enough in themselves in order to make these things happen. Who would have thought that this will open up doors like that for you guys to have your own production studio or be able to give other people opportunities to cast with acting and you know, actresses or other screenwriters and stuff like that. So manifestation is key, and sometimes we have to step out on faith in order to actually really be able to see the greater risk that we're taking, which is better and bigger opportunities. So, you know, this is really, really dope. And it also takes me back to, you know, when I first started out. Polo was one of the first ones that I interviewed. You know what I'm saying? We was on Polo. Where we was at? We was on my cousin couch.
Yeah.
Okay, and she had the little ghetto little light, you know, that they be having for the makeup and stuff. Nah, it was cute though. I love you, Shanice. Love you. But look, so she had a little light and put the phone in the middle. She like, girl, this what you do, girl. That's what you do. And just sit it right there. Then you hit a baby in the back. She hit my little cousin in the back. She did screaming.
And that probably was one of the best interviews ever.
Yeah,
because, like,
it was genuine.
It's not always you know, like when you go to restaurants, you can go somewhere that looks real nice and the food is horrible, or you can go to like a hole in the wall joint, a food torch. So, you know what I mean?
So indeed, on that note.
Yeah, it's like it was a good interview. That's why I'm locked in with you, because I already know you're going places. I'm trying.
And I'm so excited though, because when we first did the interview about this movie, we was doing you had just finished up with what was the name of Yamaki Yama, and I was so caught up on that. Afterwards, you opened up my eyes on something really big, because I sat back and took my time out, and I'm not gonna go too far fetched, y'all, but I started studying it and started studying about the last days. And now mind you, we did this interview and he was presenting Kings DC. That was over a year ago, but he was talking about Yamaki Yama. And now look at all the stuff that's been happening. That, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I say it hit me something differently, it messed with my mental. I said, God dang, Lord have mercy. So it's like,
because I don't stop.
Yeah,
not
at all. Need.
That be like my biggest issue is like, I need to make time for life, and it's like
that is your life.
Right.
You know?
Like, you get to a place where you recognize what you're here for. And you only get one time to go ahead and
make it happen.
See, it's not even really about the money. It's not really about nothing. It's like when you leave, you want this place called Earth to be a little bit better because you was here. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is like even with my movie, the first one, talking about the last day on Earth, trying to bring awareness that, you know, God is watching it.
And this is Yamaki Yama that he's talking about, guys.
Right, and then this movie right here, it has a real, it's real grimy and gritty and ghetto, but it has an underlying spirituality, tone to it that's going that intertwines with like real life. It don't take and water it down, and you know, I think this is what's important.
And then I want to intercede really quick too, because you know, Kings of DC is the visual of showing how Yamaki Yama is basically.
And she the first person that got
it. For real. Because
and I say that every day.
The real reality is that if you out here and you know, we was born in sin, we live in sin, we walk by it, you know, but we try our best to be our better people. But at the same time, if we don't construct love amongst one another, we can't be better people. We're going to continue to destruct not only ourselves, but the reality that we have created and the reality that we're living in, which is a prime example of the generations under us, the generations to come, and the generations that's living in that momentum. I just realized people really don't see black people in real life.
Yeah.
And For real.
And that's another thing with Kings of DC, the title, right? I got the title from a movie back in the day called King of New York, right? So Kings of DC has that like that mafia, that little gangster kind like title.
Alright. Yeah, so we definitely glad y'all came and tuned in. Just give everybody a little quick where they could follow you at real quick.
World War Polo. That's one word on Instagram. That's why I'm at all the time. You can follow me for all updates of casting and everything that we're going to be doing in the near future. The link in the bio at my Instagram for Kings of DC. Please check it out.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back with a short little break. See you
just before 5 p.m. And investigators say the shooting was targeted. There were 2 shooters with long guns and one with a pistol.
Shit is crazy on my soul. Never thought I needed pose. Sacrifice the glory, took the route that most my niggas won't. Coaches said forget them deep inside. I never won't. Graduated, came home, but I came home to a war zone. Man, I came home to a war zone. Zone, DC a war zone, yeah. But I'm a soldier, time to fight this battle till this shit over. Rather struggle with my family than end up alone with a fucking diploma. Roll for these politicians like my brothers ain't homeless. I will go Stevie Wonder, I won't forget where I come from. Other people gon' judge us, but see we coming from nothing. No one giving us nothing, but always taking shit from us. So we towing these burners and driving whips with no learners. Swear the children appearance until we damage their spirit. Growing up we hearing, fast forward now we live it. It got us crying out for help, dog, and nobody hearing. So we crying out for help, dog, and nobody hearing. So some just find a pastor and pray till it doesn't hurt, and others seek forgiveness after shooting like they shuttle work. Sip on Mrs. Buttersworth, popping perks trying to run from earth. I will never judge them, just doing my best trying to love them first. Shit is crazy on my soul. Never thought I need a pose. Sacrifice the glory, took the route that most my niggas won't. Coaches said forget them deep inside. I never won. Graduated, came home, but I came home to a war zone. Man, I came home to a war zone. This shit a war zone. DC a war zone, yeah.
This nigga calling me. Hello. This one right here. That heavy shit. This nigga talking about some more time. That shit ain't no fuck. Fuck you. Man, it's time to collect, man. You gotta pay up just like everybody else. Niggas, they upstairs. Man. It's payday, man. You know what? Yeah. I realize it's 3 kind of people in this world. It's 3 kind of people in this world. You got the first kind of person that they motivated by life, the love of life. Getting up in the morning, they like their little jobs, they like their little clothes, that motivate them to live and shit like that, you feel me? And then you got people that's motivated by fear of death. They go their whole life just scared of everything. That's how they get through life, just being scared of their girls, scared to lose their job, just scared. You know what I mean? Then you saying it's 3 though? Yeah. Then you got the third type. Third type, they like me and you. They ain't scared of shit. They don't fear shit. They don't love shit. They just want what they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's us. Yeah, I did. Feel that right there. This is how I sit. Yeah. King.
Yes, guys, we are back at Adam. Had to take a quick little break, you know what I'm saying? It's your girl, Light Work Nikki, and them Talk Crazy on Uncensored Network with your boy Jet.
What it do? What it do? You know what it do is, man. What it do?
What it do? And then we sitting here with the Kings with a Z of DC. You feel where I'm coming from? Producer and casting director, writer. You feel me? I mean, leader, just phenomenal men. You know what I'm saying? Walking the DMV and shining light. Now, what I want to get back to real quick, because you was talking about how you got the name from the movie from the Kings of New York or something like that.
I originally, I like movies, so Kings of New York, that's like one of the titles or movies that I liked from youth. And so I feel like, Kings of New York, Kings of DC, that would be pretty dope. But even more important than that title, Kings of DC is it has a more doper meaning to me, because it's like I went and I reached out to all the real kings in DC. You know what I'm saying? And we really came together. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we trying to put our kingdom together, more or less, you feel me? So It's like this was bigger than just a movie. This was us, maybe that first rock or that first brick that's getting laid that might can, build this kingdom up to be like something real nice for the people in the future, because like this was a success regardless.
But they say, united we stand, divided we fall.
Facts.
And this is the prime example of this. And then also, before we went on a quick break, I was talking about how people don't see black people in real life. Like, y'all, I know it might sound funny to my melanin family. Y'all like, what? The light work tripping. No, light work ain't tripping. I do be tripping sometimes, but I ain't tripping. It's really, really people out here that never really seen black people before. Like, I go from city to city, state to state. He do too. A lot of us go from different countries, and I lie to y'all not. We go in these other cities and states and countries, and they see us and they're in awe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in New York. I think I spoke about this on another show. I was in New York, all white club. You got the Asian, Swasian, Brazilian finest. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I like to do, soft on the eyes, you feel me? But, you got different flavors. But they all European and got that, got that thing going on with that lack of pigmentation. You know what I'm saying? And I go in there and they like, I'm in the bathroom, mind you, y'all. I'm in my own little space, minding my business. And I'm going to put this footage out, too, because I know y'all going to want to see it, because I keep talking about it. So I'm recording myself. I got my little spy cam, my small cam. I'm recording myself. And, dog, when I say... It was 2 of them first. Then before you know it, it was 4 of them. Then it was 6 of them. All different, like a pigmentation flavors. You know what I'm saying? All in the bathroom around me, asking me to touch my skin. I thought they was ready to eat me, though. Wow. For real. And like, oh, you got freckles. Oh my, can I touch your eyes? Wow. But I say, y'all, it is real. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel as though wherever I go, especially when I'm the only black person, it's like they always get a little wild. You know what I'm saying? But when I say it was just like, it just made me remember again, like, yeah, okay, so we are just only seen on TV for real. And the image that they see on TV of us is pretty chopped and screwed. So when they see us in person, they see how strong our energy really is and how supreme authority we really are. They under our command. It's just one of them type of things where as though they don't know how to respond. They don't know how to act. They're in awe. They're astonished. You feel me?
I think like in this movie, right, we touched on with gentrification, right? I think that a lot of times they just don't see us, like you say, like they don't count us as real. They like our vote don't count in real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we're automatically wrong or second, or you know what I mean? Like and like if a men these days don't even open the door for their girl, right?
I don't play that. I do not play that.
The average dude will walk in the and
they don't even try to open up the door for their mama.
Facts, but let a white person walk behind them.
They'll open up the door for them.
They'll hold that door all the way open.
No racist, racist.
And no, it's not about racism. We pre-programmed to think a certain kind of way.
Right.
And we got to unprogram ourselves. And the people that are considered woke and things of these natures, and it's still cool enough to grab the attention of the people that still, it's our job more or less to make it cool, to be respectful to women, to want to take care of our kids, to make it should be cool for the dude that got a job. You know what I mean? It has to be made cool by the ones who who are given a chance to open their mind and see, like,
And
it's
be
a
the
lot
leaders.
of us that real life been in the streets. And like to dudes that I really know that really been in the streets. I'm not talking about I'm talking about like really been in the streets where you in the eye of the population, like you been the dude, right? Would you really be promoting that to your children?
Hell no.
Right.
Speaking of that, mean to cut you off, right? Show you something, but I'm definitely gonna post this because I got a little video and all that with it too, right? But I'm gonna just show you this junk because of what you just said, right? But it's a little junk that my little man sent me. Know what I'm saying? That's what he sent me.
That's dope.
Know what I'm saying? He out there
That's dope.
trying to
I don't know if you
hustle,
guys can
getting
see.
some paper, right? You know what I mean? So it just dawned on me when you just said that. So I just
Showing
wanted
your
to,
kids the proper etiquette of reality.
Like my son, you know, what I used to do with him is allow him to sell candy in school.
Yeah.
And I allow him, and I let him know that, like, you know, like the teachers and the principal, they the police. So you don't want them to catch you, right? You don't want to get caught, right? All right.
Lord have
Then
mercy.
don't be
If
giving
that ain't the streets for
don't
you,
be
for
giving
real.
all your candy out on tick. You know what I'm saying? Because they not gonna pay you back, right?
But you know what
But
experience?
what I'm saying is, right, it
You
was
said
a
don't
way
give
of,
your candy out
right,
on
and don't
what,
get
TikTok?
and don't get them girls all your candy either, right?
Because those the HEOs.
Because at the end of the day, if you look at it, right, it's like teaching the streets without putting them out in the streets.
Right, because it give
Like,
them that
but
perception.
he still learns the hustle, and he still learns how to make money, and he still learns to supply and demand.
Right.
All the stuff that the streets taught us, but in a way
Of
where
morality.
even if you get caught, right, you not in trouble.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it got like a little funny thing to it, but
It's
the
real.
lesson that's learned behind it is, and then, you know what I mean, he could buy his own little tennis shoes. He has his own sense of being an entrepreneur, making his own money, and that thought becomes something that's cultivated over a period of time where he'll be a business owner, or he'll chase his passion and his dream, because that's what's important. A lot of time that we don't be pushing our children like just to go to college and stuff like that, but that's dope. But push them to really just be what you want to be, but be something.
Right.
Roger
You
that.
see what I'm saying? But don't
Right.
don't be nothing. Like, but you gotta be something, right? But don't let nobody, you know. So, you know, I think that with this Kings of DC movie, right, a lot of young dudes took a little liking to me and stuff, and we really got to sit down and chop it up on all kind of, you know, things. And I think that's what the game really missing too. Dudes my age sitting there talking to dudes that's younger, because there's a generation gap. Like,
Right.
you know,
And there's no guidance, and they misled.
right.
And you know, it's funny that you say that though, because you know I'm from the streets as well too. Now I've been in the streets for a long time, and I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But since everything has, like you said, since the pandemic and then 9/11, we done dealt with a lot. 9/11 pandemic, you know, we done dealt with the guy that was killing people. What was the sniper guy?
yeah.
You know, we dealt with when the flu had hit real bad with people. You know, it's a couple of situations that we can continue on that we dealt with. Trump, you know, like for real. So our generation, we have been able to overcome all these different things, right? And we dealt with a lot of it. But a lot of the generation that's coming, and they're just walking into this. You know what I'm saying? They're just walking into these harsh realities that we done took chucks on the shoulders and the neck with. You feel where I'm coming from? So it's a lot of misleading. And due to the fact, like Polo said, is that gap, they don't have nobody to reach out to. Guess what? Because their mother partying with them and their father partying with them too. Okay? Because it's babies having babies. Or about time mama get her second win, she ain't thinking about the baby that need to be raised still, or the grandmother has passed over. So it's like, you know, it's a little different, you know, our culture, the way we have been raised. And now, and I just want to say this to all my strong leaders and to everybody out here, it's nothing wrong with us, you know, being entertainers and providing the necessary need for the eyes, but we still have to do our work within the communities, like how we do with the nonprofit organizations. You know, I just recently got finished working with the Back to School Backpack. You know, some of my other colleagues, we do our food drives, you know what I'm I'm saying? For the homeless, like one thing for certain, two things for sure. And I'm speaking to all my leaders and even ones that's following other strong leaders, you guys. There's nothing wrong with doing things to entertain the eyes, but you have to still give back out to the community. You feel me? We don't want to continue to see the destruction of Kings of DC, how they are continuously taking from one another, killing one another and not building one another. But it takes for so many deaths or so many betrayal situations in order for people to actually really come together and show that the necessary need of being united. You know what I'm saying? So by all means, it takes one strong leader to lead another strong leader. And that's what we have out here. And y'all gotta appreciate that. And
One thing I always tell the young dudes, right? And in order to be a good leader, the first thing you gotta do is be a good follower.
Period.
And that means you gotta be smart enough to know who to lead you. Like you have to, you feel what I'm saying? Like, cause you're gonna be who you're gonna be.
Talk about it.
That you follow. Whoever you allow to lead you, that's who you gonna become. Something similar to that. So like, it's important to not just try to create your own path from the aspect of just allowing anybody to lead you.
I got a question for you, Polo. We about to close out, guys, and this was a great interview with a lot of good detail, but I got a question for you, right? And this is just from being a leader, because I think we all go through this stage somewhere, somehow in our life, whereas though we are strong leaders, we are leading the right path, and, we're opening up doors not only for ourselves, but for the ones around us. But we're finding ourselves in that stage where as though people are tugging on our energy and draining us of, the paths that we're on. And it's not like you want to disloyal a person or, not give a person credit or not appreciate a person's presence. But how do you approach when you're at a stage where as though you're leading these people, but the tug of war of drain of energy is more overwhelming than you leading, but you just know the impact that you're making on their lives?
I think that it's just important to just stand your ground, because don't feel like you're doing more than what you're doing. You gotta kind of know where you at with yourself. Like for example, when Moses went to that the Red Sea, right? Mm-hmm. He put that stick out, and then the joint open, right? So that's equivalent to what we're doing. We're not doing that much. We just have to have the faith, and we have to have like the ability to know that no matter how dark it's something on the other side, and know that people leaning on us for it. And it's not really I don't really feel like it's for us to share our personal energy, but to just allow people to know, well, if you really follow me, this is what I do. I'm going to just stand right, because most of the time, this door open. Now,
right.
If you stand here long enough with me, you can go in, but I can't make it open. Right. I don't know when it's going to open.
Right.
But I can tell you, it ain't never not open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope as fuck the way you put that in.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to stand here and keep me company, we can go in. And that's what leading is to me. Leading is not, like when you're trying to teach a child how to walk, a good parent, only thing to me, what I see that a good parent does, a good parent is just, when the child falls, it just pick it back up. Mm-hmm. You can't teach the child to walk. God teach the child how to walk. It put balance in the feet. It gives it a reason to want to stand. It's so much that comes with walking outside of just moving your feet. And as a good parent, I'm not going to allow you have to stand up on your own, right? I'm going to help you up. Mm-hmm. But walking is something that over a course of time, that's something that God gave you. And so that's, to me, is me walking to that door and say, like, well, I'm going to just keep you company. You know what I'm saying? You're not alone, because this door going to open. This is any other door other than this is not official. This the door, this the way, this the straight path, this the way you do it, no cutting, no corner. I know that door seems like it open every 5 minutes, but I'm telling you, every time you get there, it closes and it never open back up. This the door right here. right? And leading a person to me is follow on that example that you saying out your mouth better than what you could say. If I tell you that whatever I tell you, I'm gonna be the first one to show you it works. So the first person that's gonna lose is me, right?
That's deep.
And then if it works, the first person win is me.
Right.
And as a good example of what you should follow is because I knew it was going to open, I'm going to allow you in first.
Right.
Even though the door opened for me first.
Right, right.
See what I'm saying? I'm going to allow you to go in first because the door, even if it's shut, I'm
still
smart enough to
going
know
through
that it's going to open back up.
Again. And
You feel what
I'm going to have
saying? So
enough patience to
lead
wait for it too.
And people that, you know, in my religion, is, you know, the best way to teach people something is not by telling them. It's not, you know, it's by actions.
Right.
You can catch more flies with honey than you can bowel movement. You feel me? So it's like,
I'm gonna drive piggyback off of him
man.
real quick, right? And then we can go ahead and get out this junk. But like, you got first having knowledge of something. Then once you have knowledge of something, you act upon it. Then once you have knowledge and you act upon it, you be patient and persevere, and any encounter will come upon your way. If you do those things, you're guaranteed to be successful, man. And just make sure you have some type of high power to
and don't
stay
let
focused
nobody
on.
dictate what success is to you. Like
Right.
people, that's the thing. People will tell you if you don't, you could put a whole project together. You wrote it, produced it, directed it. It came out, everybody love it. But if you ain't make no money, you're not successful. That's crazy.
Right.
Like,
gotta
don't
die.
let money be the criteria of what success is. Like, you conquering your dream, you know what I'm saying? Like that, money is
It's
not
gonna come.
Yeah, it's not about. It's gonna come when it's gonna come. You know, or it's not.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of this, guys. So. Well, let's get to the money part real quick. Down there, I like making money. So, where can they buy the movie? Where can they rent the movie? And what specials you got going on? Because I don't care what nobody says. As long as you're happy, you're gonna get money, honey. You feel me? So all that other stuff, we throw that out the window, and we don't vibrate off of no low frequencies. We keep it nice and high. And guess what? The number one frequency is enlightenment. So you gotta stay happy, shorty. Let them know, Polo, where they can get so we can get some of the money.
If you follow me on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio, and you can hit that link. It's gonna take you straight to the website. It's exclusive, and it's something that I want to share with the DMV over the course of time. But I want to show you it works, so it won't be like something that you're wasting your time. Because at the end of the day, us as social content creators, we create a lot of times, and we don't get money for our work. So, and we don't take chances. So I'm taking a chance, and I'm trying to show everybody that it works. So you can go to the link in my bio, or you can go to sckmediatv.com, and then go to the movie section. You'll see that it's an official, legit joint. Live streaming and all kinds of joint, and Kings of DC pops up right there. You know what I'm saying? This what I call black on black violence. You feel me? Like when
But they say Black Lives Matter.
When black people get together with other black people and we create peace with us that makes other people want to be violent with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we win, and trust me, it's somebody out there that's gonna be, hating. And you gotta love it for that. That means you're doing your job.
That means you're doing your job. And then guess what? A hater ain't nothing but a person that misunderstands you, because eventually they gonna love you. Because guess what? All my haters, they always end up coming back, and I be like, "Hi, hater."
They say a frown ain't nothing but a smile upside down.
Say that again. So everybody, let's get to it. It's your girl, Lightwork Nikki. You guys can follow me at LIGHTWORKNIQUE. KKY. And I got a little secret for you guys, right? Your girl gonna be on the VMA Awards through Ace Magazine, September 11th in New York City. So make sure y'all chime in. You know, we're gonna be doing all the production live, the screaming live. You know, we got a couple of different media press that's gonna be out there, and they done gave me the torch for the New Jersey, New York, Baltimore, Philly, DC, Virginia, all those different boroughs or whatnot. So I'm standing up for y'all, like you said. When you're DC, you're DC. You feel me? Can't nobody stop that. Can't nobody take that away from you. So whatever city or state that you from, you keep standing in who you are. You feel me? Don't forget you're from your big mama black coochie too. Ooh wee. But let them know where they can follow you. Them So Crazy Uncensored Network. Your boy Jet, where they can get you, boy.
Jet, man, you know it's Jet the Hawk, so you can definitely get me at them_clean, man. That's what it is, man. Also, you got us, man. We got our own little IG now too, so Them Talks Crazy on IG too.
Okay. Come on now. Let's go to my right.
World War Polo at World War Polo on Instagram. Make sure y'all click the link in that bio. Check out Kings of DC for the next 60 days. It's going to be $5 to rent it, $10 to own it. This is a must-see.
And guarantee you got $5, okay? Act like you put it in a collection plate. You donate the $5 towards the movie. Who knows how God may bless you. It's all different ways to do offerings, honey. Go on.
World War ITF, World War _ITF, a World War Polo Entertainment Group.
Yes. So it's nothing but love. Looking forward to seeing you guys next Saturday. Kings with a Z of DC. The movie out and going near you. Make sure you go inside a World War Polo link and click it and buy it. And get it, and it's only $5 just to rent it.
And shout out, I know we just shout out to everybody that came to the movie theater that helped us sell that joint out to that big event.
Upper Marlboro,
Marlow Heights.
Marlow Heights
Theater, we premiered.
Yeah. Big stand.
It was
check it
amazing.
out.
It was.
Check the page. You want to see the reaction from everybody coming out the movie theater. It was real good.
Big up Ali. I love you, kids.